Okay. Hello, and how's everyone doing? Good? Awesome. Glad you're here. Thank you for coming. My name is John Bianchi. I have an Airbnb business. I've been doing it for 2 years out of Chicago, and I am huge on the data side of things. And so when it comes to Airbnb, so Airbnb data, today I want to teach you about the $20,000 Airbnb bathroom. Sounds pretty interesting. What does that mean? Are we renovating a bathroom that's worth $20,000? No. What I'm going to do is teach you about and show you proof that bathrooms make a difference when it comes to the annual revenue. Okay, on average, in highly competitive areas, this is very important. Highly competitive areas, an extra bathroom could generate $20,000 more revenue, and it's pretty. I've looked at a couple of different areas, and that seems to be the case with a couple of different areas. But I'm just going to be talking about Chicago today. So in highly competitive areas, an extra bathroom could produce $20,000 of more revenue. Okay, so let's go straight to the data. Actually, I'm just going to highlight AirDNA quickly. AirDNA is where I pull all of my data currently, and every single one of these dots is a different piece of data, and I teach you exactly how to put it together, and I teach in a video how you can put everything together like this, okay? But for this video, I'm going to use the data that I use nowadays, which is still pulled from the same place, just a different way, and generated a different way, so it's cleaner and easier for me to walk you guys through. This is the data that I'm referring to. Now on the left-hand side here, what we see is all the different neighborhoods, and then up here, what we're looking at is the bedroom sizes, okay? Or the unit sizes. So we have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, and so on, all right? Now, the ones that I have highlighted are the ones I want to speak about here. Now, these ones are, what we're looking at is in near Northside, there is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, Airbnbs, and I took all the data, and the annual revenue that a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in near Northside will generate is $54,000. Okay, now a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in that same neighborhood is going to produce $77,000. The only difference, the bathroom. Okay, that's more than $20,000 of difference. Near Northside is a neighborhood that is filled with high rises, and so it's very close to downtown Chicago. And so the 2 bedrooms there's a lot of them, right? So there's a lot of 2 bedrooms, so it's very competitive. There's a lot of people out there trying to find a 2-bedroom home, right? The Loop, which is right downtown Chicago, is going to be the exact same idea, and there's almost exactly a $20,000 difference. River West, for whatever reason, doesn't have enough data to produce the information there. It's also in the same general area. Now, Old Town is close as well, and you can see another $20,000 difference. And then Lincoln Park here is actually not a high-rise area. So I highlighted this to show that if you look, there's only about a $13,000 difference. And the reason being is because 2 bedrooms aren't extremely competitive in this area. Now, Lincoln Park is a competitive neighborhood, right? In general, it's a competitive neighborhood, but the 2 bedrooms aren't the competitive unit size, okay? What is, though, is the 4 bedrooms and the 3 bedrooms. So actually, let me jump back to 3 bedrooms. You can see right here, 3 bedrooms are more common because these neighborhoods, guys, are like where you're going to get a lot of downtown Chicago. So you got all the high rises. This is more of like just outside where you're getting the 3 flats and it's not the suburbs, but it's not the high rises, right? So it's like that in between, and 2 bedrooms just aren't as common, but the larger units are. So the 3 bedrooms and the 5 bedrooms are more common. Where you can see in the 3 bedrooms, which may be the highly competitive portion, are going to be about $20,000 difference, and the same with the 4 bedrooms, $20,000 difference, right? And then if we continue, we go back to the South Loop, you can see there's another, which is also the same idea. It's going to be another high-rise area, the South Loop, another $20,000 difference, $20,000 difference. Lakeview is going to have is going to be very similar to Lincoln Park. It's actually a little bit further away, and it's the same idea, right? So it's not as big of a difference between these two. And I didn't highlight all of these ones here because I didn't look into it just yet for the video to figure out why they're so close. But I do know that Lakeview is an older neighborhood, and they've got different builds. Like the buildings are just built differently, I guess I could say. And so there is a difference with this as to Lincoln Park, which is a very wealthy neighborhood and it's closer to downtown. I can get into that in another video if you want to understand why these guys would be like this, and please ignore this one and altogether. But there is a reason why, and I can get into another video. So, and then once again, this is near West Side. It's going to be right around the loop as well with the high rises, another $20,000 difference, right? So I want to point out down here though, if you look at all of these areas, these aren't highly competitive areas. They're not places where people are dying to get into for any of the unit sizes. So there's not a lot of competition. And so when there's not a lot of competition, it doesn't really matter to people all that much about the different bathroom sizes for whatever reason. I think what my theory is that when you have 100 different options, right, or 500 different options, right, because that's reality in some of these places, to find a 2 bedroom, the chances are that you're going to end up going with a 2 bedroom 2 bath if it's the exact same price, which means that these guys will have higher occupancy because more people are just going to take the luxury of having an extra bathroom every chance they get. And also even if these ones are priced a little bit more, they'll probably go with this one just because of the extra bathroom because they want that, right? If you're traveling with 6 different people and you all have to share one bathroom, that kind of sucks. But if you can split it up and go, now there's only 3 people sharing a bathroom, that's going to be a lot better. And that goes the same thing for this here, right? These are 12 group homes. So 12 people stay in each one of these homes. But in this scenario, you have 6 people that are sharing a bathroom, and in this scenario, you have 4 people who are sharing a bathroom, right? So it does make a difference when they're trying to decide. And I have spoken with people who said that, when they go and look for a home, it was a mother. She said when she's looking for a home, she always wants to try and find more bathrooms because it's just easier for her family to get ready. Because when you're on vacation, everyone gets ready at the exact same time because you're all going to the same place, right? So bathrooms are a big deal that can very easily be overlooked if you're not paying attention to it. At the same time, I believe that in most cases, a 2 bedroom 2 bath is considered a little bit more of a luxury unit. So sometimes, if for high rises and things like that, a 2 bedroom 2 bath may be slightly larger, may have a little bit nicer finishes because the builder put that extra bathroom in there hoping to make people pay more rent. So sometimes this unit will even be a little bit nicer as well, right? And that's going to force them to make more money from it because it's a little bit nicer, right? And that can be true for any sized unit across the board, right? Now, mind you, I have quite a few of these guys in this area, and they are very similar in the way that they look. And the bathroom is what makes the difference, right? And I have similar numbers too when it comes to it. Now, that's proof, enough proof for you guys to believe that bathrooms do make a difference. So if you're going to be in a highly competitive area, you better make sure you understand the difference between a 2 bedroom 1 bath and a 2 bedroom 2 bath. And it's as simple as you can do it with the way I teach and the way that I show you, because I did this. So this is what I did 2 years ago, and I actually made the mistake of not understanding that bathrooms make a difference. And I just combined everything together, and I'll show you it right here. So you can see right here, this guy highlighted is a 4 bedroom 2 bath, and this one is a 4 bedroom 2 bath. This one did about 74. This one did 79. Right? They're both in the same area that I was looking in. Right? So you got to make sure it's always in the same area, not just the whole neighborhood. I teach that in earlier videos. And so when I look at this 4 bedroom 2 bath, 4 bedroom 2 bath, I would say that averages about $76,000-ish a year, right? And that's what I would say. But what happened was I actually took this piece of data as well, and I put it into my formula, which is a 4 bedroom 3 bath in the same area, but it was making $98,000, right? It was making $98,000 in comparison to these guys who are making $76,000 on average. But I didn't know any better, and I didn't know that made a difference or if that was going to do anything. And so what ended up happening, you'll see over here, this is where I averaged them all together, okay? And I put all the 4 bedrooms together, regardless of the bathroom size, same with these guys, and you can see I got 79, 74, and 98. And I thought that the average revenue that you would make from a 4 bedroom is going to be about $83,000. And so what I did with all of my calculations, I figured out what my max rent would be. So I figured out what all the expenses were going to be off of this, and then what would be left over for profit, and found out what the max I could pay rent is. And I went to Zillow, and I found a home based off of that, right? And I put it together. Now this is the big issue that I want people to realize that they can very easily make. So this is the issue that you can avoid, is that when you combine the average of those unit sizes without taking into account the bathroom, you're going to end up, so this is not worded properly well, but what will end up happening is you're going to be spending too much on one end and not enough on the other end. So if I look here, okay, let me show you exactly what I mean. So the near north side, the 2 bedroom 1 bath would do 54, 2 bedroom 2 bath would do 77. If I combine them together, they average 65,000. Okay, So if I were to go to the near north side and look for a one bedroom, and I'm doing the rental arbitrage model, I'm going to be off by about $10,000, which means I'm going to spend more money than I should, and then I'm going to make less than I expected, and I'm going to walk away with less money than I should. And so I'll probably end up losing on this property. If $10,000 is the profit that I want to make, I'm going to end up losing. If it's $20,000, then I'm going to only walk away with about 10,000. This is on average, right? Now, and so that's gonna really suck, and I'm not gonna know why, but it's because of the bathroom, right? And then on this end, with the two bedroom, two bath, I'm gonna end up there's about a $10,000 difference there as well, right? And what's gonna end up happening is I'm not gonna spend enough to get the right two bedroom, two bath, and maybe I'm not gonna find anything that I can actually reasonably afford in the two bedroom, two bath area. And I'm going to think this is an unprofitable area, or that two bedroom, two baths are just not profitable in Northside because I'm basing it off of 65,000. And so, I would also be missing out on a whack load of properties that I could potentially get if I'm going $10,000 less, right? So that's going to be a huge issue, and you need to understand the difference between these two so you can actually pick up the right properties. And I made the mistake of thinking that they could, all produce 83. Now, I got extremely lucky because the first four that I picked up were all four bedroom, three baths, right? But even the fifth and sixth one that I picked up were four bedroom, two baths, and I was still using this number, right? Not knowing. Now I got lucky because I got properties that had other things that helped them, and I was able to perform better than this person here. But knowing what I know now, I would never be able to tell an investor, this four bedroom, two bath is going to make 83, because I know for a fact it's going to make about 76. Not a huge difference, but it will make a difference because that's all of your profit. That's a good chunk out of your profit, right? Anyways, so that shows you there how important a four bedroom a bathroom is in a highly competitive area. And you want to make sure you understand that bathrooms make a difference. Now, there's other things that make differences too, and I can make videos on those later. One that can make a difference that I noticed down in Scottsdale, Arizona, because I have homes down there too, is that a heated pool makes a difference between a non-heated pool, right? So how much more money does a heated pool make on average in comparison to a non-heated pool? That's something that I could show, but there's also other things like a backyard, a parking spot. Like, how important are these things in average in comparison? And mind you, once again, guys, this is mainly only for the competitive areas, right? This is really where people have 100 or 1,000 different options, and you got to figure out, you got to be the best option, or you just got to make sure that when you get this, you're not overpaying for this two bedroom, one bath. You don't have to be the best option. Just make sure that you're not paying the price of a home, assuming that you're going to be the best option when you know you're not. Okay. All right. So that's the $20,000 bathroom. Hope that was good. Hope that you know a little bit more.